Hey, you're watching Vinyl for Miles, your best resource for music and audio gear reviews. Today we're doing my NAMM 2024 recap. We're going over my top 10 favorite pieces of gear, my favorite performances, what I brought home with me, and my overall experience. Stay tuned. So I'm fresh a few days back from NAMM. I thought it'd be really cool for me to put together my top 10 pieces of gear that I saw at the show, my top 2 performances from artists that I was really blown away by, and then just my overall experience with how the NAMM show was for 2024. All right, so why don't we jump into the top 10 pieces of gear that are my personal favorite. Now, before I go into this list, I'm a guitar player. I play bass, I sing, dabble a little bit in keyboards, a little bit in drums. So that's the perspective I'm coming from. So keep that in mind before I jump into the list. It may not align with your expectations. So kicking off the list, the Yamaha Pacifica. So I went to the Yamaha booth on day 3. The Pacifica it blew me away. I'm used to the Pacificas being entry level, pretty cheap guitars, and they've revamped the Pacifica series many times over the years. But this one was really high end. It had stainless steel frets. I mean, the feel of the neck, the pickups, everything just sounded really pristine. But the made in Japan model really blew me away. I mean, here's a picture of me playing it. I didn't get any video, unfortunately, and maybe I'll do an in-depth review if I can get a hold of one, but definitely it's worthwhile to check out if you're looking for a workhorse guitar that is in the Strat format or Super Strat format. Feels great, stainless steel. It has all top-end appointments. Definitely check out the Yamaha Pacifica. Second piece of gear on my list is going to be the Donner Triple Threat. I did a video on it. It was extremely loud in the Donner booth, and a lot of my audio was being overtaken by the surrounding noise. So unfortunately, I didn't get a clean demo of it. And they also had this really cheap, 8-inch speaker that you could demo it through. So I'm talking with Donner now, trying to get a pedal on the channel for an in-depth review. But this is a collaboration with Third Man Hardware, which is owned by Jack White. So it's a pretty big deal. And Donner, from what they told me, Jack White was looking for an affordable entry-level pedal that had multi-effects built in. And he wanted them set up more like a typical analog multi-effects pedal, if you've seen those in the past, which has 3 stomps in one box. So you get phaser, you get fuzz, and you get echo. So this one's gonna be priced at 99 bucks. You get 3 effects for that price, and it's top quality. Definitely recommend you check that one out. Sticking with the Donner theme, another one of my favorite pieces of gear was the Donner Backbeat. So Donner has made electric drum kits for quite a while. I have the DED 400 at my house right now, the 400 Pro, but this Backbeat is next level. You can apply effects to each individual pad. There's LED lights on each individual pad. You can even change your kit and have the snare drum from the metal kit, a tom from the funk kit, a kick from whatever kit you want in there. You can combine. It has 50 presets built into it and 50 user customizable presets. It has a groove library. You could do rudiments, you could do lessons. It even picks up which pad you're hitting, so when you're playing with the music, it can tell when you're missing the beat. It's a great overall kit, and I'm being told this is not going to be at the same price point as the DED kits. I don't know the exact price, but I'm guessing anywhere from $1,000 to $1,400 is my guess. It has a full touchscreen. This is not cheap to make, and the features that are built into it are superb. All right, moving over to guitar. So I went to the Revv booth, and the Revv G50 came out, which is the Governor 50. Now this is the little brother of the Generator 120. It pulled all kinds of inspiration from that specific amp, but this one's going to be 50 watts, comes in a compact head size, similar to this head over here that I have, the Synergy 30 watt head. I demoed it, it sounded great. It comes with all of their core channels, so you're gonna get the crunch, clean, and the famous purple channel from them. Has built-in reverb, has a built-in noise gate, which is amazing. I think that all high gain amps moving forward in 2024 and beyond need to have a built-in noise gate. Also has the 2 notes torpedo out, so you're going to get some impulse response simulated cab out if you're going to front of house. Now this is gonna come in at, I believe, around $2,000. It also comes with a foot switch, and it is MIDI programmable. All right, the next product line that really blew me away is from Ultimate Ears. So if you're a gigging musician and you care about your hearing, you've looked into in-ears. Ultimate Ear pretty much rules the market when it comes to in-ears. They do 3D scans of your ear, create custom fit molds. Some of the top artists in the world use Ultimate Ears, and it is expensive. So what they released for 2024 is called the Universal Fit line, which we have right here. I got to take home the whole line. I'm gonna be doing an in-depth review of it. But basically we're going from 1 to 2 to 3 drivers, They have foam tips that you can put on them so you don't need to get the expensive ear molding done. This is gonna be for the musician on a budget, someone who doesn't have a couple grand to spend on in-ears, or someone who's just dabbling with in-ears, wants to try them out, but they do not want to spend, over $1,000 to get a custom fit done. These are starting at $199, going all the way up to $399. It is worth checking out. If you've ever thought about getting in-ears, now's the time. Ultimate Ears, the Universal Fit line, 150, 250, and 350. Sticking with the headphone theme or in-ear theme, I went to Beyerdynamic. I actually have a pair of the 1770 Go's right here, or 177X Go's is what they call them. They're basically the 1770 Pros, and it was a special edition that they did with drop. I have some custom leather ear cups on here. I love these. I use these for pretty much all of my mixing, if I'm doing videos or if I'm doing music. It's about $500 if you get the DT 1770s or if you get the DT 1990s. So there is the 770 Pros, which are under $200, and they're doing a new version of that. The new product that Beyerdynamic is releasing is the DT 770 Pro X. These are gonna be at the same price point as the 770 Pros, but there are several upgrades and aesthetic updates that they did to the headphone. So these ones are gonna be operating at an ultra low impedance rating, which makes them suitable for studio, for home, on-the-go listening, or focused listening. And they come with a 3.5mm jack if you wanna listen to music on your computer, or if you have a dock or an amp that has that type of input. And it also comes with a drawstring bag, so if you wanna throw this in your bag while you're traveling, it's not gonna get damaged, which is very nice. These are gonna have the 0.45 drivers in it with a balanced output. And again, the comfort on these was great. I'm looking forward to grabbing a pair myself. Check that out from Beyerdynamic, the DT 770 Pro X. Next piece of gear on my list is going to be the Yamaha Avante Grand. Now this is a piano. I don't really play piano, but my good friend Paul Ellingson from the band's Echoes of Cadence does. And we got to demo this in the Yamaha booth, which I'm gonna show you some pictures I took and some stills and video. The one that they had on display had a plexiglass front, so you could see all of the different mechanisms on the piano hitting what would be strings, but it is digital. So it feels and looks like a concert grand, but it's all digital. It has a built-in amp, you could use headphones, there's all kinds of outputs, but it has the mechanisms that you would expect to have in an analog, physical piano. So if you guys are looking for something along the lines of an upright that you can fit in your home but has the feel and the sound of a Grand, definitely check out the Avante Grand from Yamaha. All right, next product on my list is the Voltage guitar from Cream Guitars. Cream Guitars really blew me away. They're hands down my favorite booth of NAMM. I got some footage here. On the days I was not filming, I spent time talking with their sales rep, checking out their products. I mean, it's next level. It's to the point where Steve Vai and Zach Wild just ordered a guitar from them, and they've only been around for 3 years. The Voltage guitar is basically taking the Explorer body style and flipping it around. Surprisingly not uncomfortable to play. They have a brass base plate on the back. Some of the materials and the epoxy and resin that they use on the guitars is very unique, and they're known for doing these crazy custom shop guitars where they put a bunch of stuff inside the guitar body and then seal it with epoxy or resin. I'm not sure what they're using, and it looks outstanding. They have a standard line with the Voltage, which you could check out online. It's around $2,200. It is made in Mexico, so you're getting a Mexico-made custom shop guitar. It plays great, has a Fender scale on it. I was really impressed. They use Seymour Duncan pickups in all of their guitars, so if you're a Seymour Duncan fan, they got you covered. And for that price point, there's 5 or 6 standard paint colors and finishes that you can get, which include like a light sparkle. But if you want the heavy flaking, they do have a heavy gold flake and a silver gold flake, and those get a little more expensive. So check out Cream Guitars. I'm gonna put a link in the description below. All right, moving on, we have Eminent Technology. Now, Eminent Technology is making a flat, full response speaker. Now, when I say flat, it should have the sound of a 212 cab. So when I saw this, razor thin speaker cabinet, it has 300 watt solid state power. It has 2 inputs on it. There's all kinds of really cool things that are built into this amp. I turned it on. It sounded really loud. Again, I'm at NAMM though. It's not an isolated demo. It'll be game changing. If they can get the full sound of a 212 cab into a small flat panel speaker that you could throw over your shoulder and gig with, the thing was only 6 pounds. It's lighter than most people's guitars. So they're on the cutting edge of what is possible with flat response speakers. So check out Eminent Technologies. I don't even know if they're selling this as a production model. It looked like a prototype what I was checking out, but definitely they're onto something, and I'm looking forward to see what they come out with in the future. All right, so next product on my list is actually just the whole product line would be for Bad Cat Amps. Now, Bad Cat Amps is a boutique amp company. They're starting to make some more production line models. It used to be they were all handmade. A notable artist like Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree has used them for quite a while. But now they're starting to break out into more production line amps. I was able to try out some of the new stuff that they had. So the Jet Black series was really nice. I was able to try out the new Lynx, the Black Cat, the Cub, and the Hot Cat. Now, all of them sounded great. They even had this little mini amplifier there, which is not on their website yet. That was really nice. It was a very busy booth, and they had all Dunnable guitars, Custom Shop USA guitars, to demo their amps with, which I thought was awesome. I'm also going to put a link to their website below, Bad Cat Amps. They have pretty big distribution, so if you look them up on Sweetwater or online, you should be able to find their products online and get it shipped directly to your door. And that concludes the top 10 products that I thought were noteworthy. Again, I'm a guitar player, bass player, singer, but those products really stuck out to me. There's a ton of booths I didn't get to go to, unfortunately. Even if you were at NAMM for, let's say, an entire week, I don't think anybody can get to every booth there. It was nuts, and I missed a lot of performances too, unfortunately, but that's what I'm gonna go into next. My top 2 performances, I'm gonna have to break it down to 2. There was people playing everywhere. There's even crazy talented people like this guy here who were playing to just me. It's pretty insane, the level of talent that's at NAMM versus the amount of people who are watching and intrigued by that talent. That's something that really surprised me. But when it came down to the performances, hands down, the best performance at NAMM was Lindsey Stirling. I had another video of my NAMM Day 2 vlog that I did where I put some captures on there, but she really impressed me. They had the Yamaha stage, which was top notch. The sound there was amazing. I watched a ton of bands play there. It's outdoors, kind of in the courtyard area of the convention center. She absolutely killed it, but definitely worth checking out, Lindsey Stirling. Thumbs up. She also has a signature violin that they had at the Yamaha booth as well. And my second favorite performance, I missed quite a few of them. I missed Devin Townsend. I missed Ola England was doing some new demos, stuff like that. I was missing all that because I had quite a busy schedule doing interviews with people. But there was a surprise performance by Matteo Mancuso and Cory Wong, which was absolutely insane. Here's some video from it. So seeing those two guys just jam without a band in front of all of those people, and it looked like UFC style, like they're in the ring. They're just surrounded by people on all ends. It was really cool. And a shout out to Paul for getting the video footage. I was not able to film, but I thought that was a really cool performance. All right, so real quick, I want to share with you guys what I brought home with me, what I'm going to be doing reviews of. I did bring home the Ultimate Ears, the entire Universal Fit line. So I got the 350, the 250, and the 150. I'll be doing a dedicated review on those. I did bring home the Donner Hush X guitar, which comes in this awesome case. See here, I got the headless guitar. We're gonna be doing a full review of that. And I also brought home a bass from Dionysian Guitars, which you can see here. Really cool 1980s kind of Lemmy inspired bass. And I also brought home this kind of Firebird custom build from Dionysian Guitars with gold hardware. You got triple pickups on this. You also have 3 separate coil splits and a custom split here, which is pretty cool. So I'll be doing a full in-depth review of both those Dionysian guitars. So that's the gear that I brought home. I look forward to creating some more content for you guys and giving you my honest feedback and in-depth analysis on this gear. All right, so that's my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. And until next time, I'm Michael. See ya.